My first free mom hugs event was a success. It was actually incredible. There were so many powerful moments. I I'm just in awe. Absolutely in awe. So, I got to just tell you really quick. On the way up, I was praying, obviously, just, asking for more of God's love to be poured out through me. And while I was praying, I specifically heard God tell me that He calls us by name. And I thought, that's interesting. So I decided, okay, that's what I'm going to do then. When I get there and I open my arms and I say, free mom hugs, if somebody comes up to me, I'm going to say, what's your name? And then when they tell me their name, I'm going to say, Tyler, you are loved. And that's what I did for 2 hours. I had so many people come up to me. I want free mom hugs. I want free mom hugs. It was so great. As a matter of fact, right when I got there, I was at the crosswalk getting ready to go over to the event. And there was a couple of people in a car at the stoplight, and one of the kids rolled down the window and screamed, I want free mom hugs. And I said, come on out, come on out. So he got out of the car at the stoplight, ran over, and I said, what's your name? And he said, Tyler. And I said, Tyler, you are loved. And I gave him the biggest hug, and he jumped back in the car and was so excited. And so was I. That was my first free mom hug, and I wasn't even at the actual event yet. So I knew that it was going to be good. The other thing that happened on the way up is I saw a lot of butterflies. Now, that might not really mean much to you, but it's a thing between God and I, and it just warmed my heart because I believed that I was basically getting this message that was telling me I was doing the right thing. And so I was really excited about that. And there were all these like little white butterflies. And so, sometimes I can read into things. So I said, okay, Papa, if this is from you, which I want to believe that it is, then let me see a monarch butterfly. And sure enough, I saw a monarch butterfly. It actually flew over my car, so I thought that was pretty cool. And it was quite an incredible adventure. I was received with so much love, and so many people were just in need of a hug and in need of being told that they were loved. And one young man that I met told me, thank you for that hug because my mom died 3 years ago. And I said, oh, come on, get in here, man. You need an extra hug. And I hugged him and told him that he was loved. And it was just, there was an outpouring of support. I will tell you that I wish I could say that that's how it ended and that it would be this happily ever after. But what ended up happening was I was walking up and down. I don't know how far it was, but I did this for 2 hours. I just walked, there's like this mall area, and I walked up and down. And as I got to the further end, from away from the end that I came in at, there was a guy down there with a small group of people, and he was standing in the middle of the little walkway, just screaming, literally screaming that everyone was going to burn in hell. All the homosexuals were going to burn in hell, that God hates homosexuality. And man, my heart was so heavy. I ugly cried all the way home, I got to tell you. My heart was so heavy. And I thought, you know what? That man needs a hug. So I went up and I said, sir, what's your name? And he said, Henry. And he was so angry. And I said, Henry, I almost called him hangry. And I said, Henry, do you need a hug? And he said, no. And I threw my arms around him and I said, Henry, you are loved. And he said, well, you're loved too. And he said it's so mad. And I was like, I'm feeling that love there, man. Okay. So as I walked away, I noticed that there was a mom and a child sitting nearby listening to the anger that was coming out of Henry. And I walked over and I said, don't listen too long, but can I give you a hug? And she looked at me and she said, I don't need your hug. And I said, what if I need the hug? And she said, oh. So she put out her arms and I asked her for her name. And I told her her name and I said, you are loved. And she said, you're loved too. God loves you. Just remember that. And again, just anger. And I was like, thank you. And I walked away. And I just remember feeling just such a full heart. Like, guys, you're missing it. You're really missing it. I'm going to get emotional. Because I didn't see them doing any good. I didn't see them gaining any respect. I didn't see them showing the love of God. I didn't see them making an impact at all. But you know what I heard? I heard people yelling back at them, and I heard people swearing at them, and I went up to those people and I just said, "Free mom hugs," and I gave them all hugs. I just wish more people would just get it, just understand that it's okay. It's okay if you don't agree with anyone's lifestyle. It's okay. It's okay if people are different. It's okay. It's not yours to judge. Okay? That's not your appointed position. And I just really wished I could have spent some time talking to that angry Henry, because I just thought he needs to know, but he was so angry. I knew he wouldn't listen. So I prayed for him anyway. But I gotta tell you, everything they were saying, yeah, it was coming right out of the Bible, but it wasn't coming from my God. It wasn't coming from the God who is filled with love and who really wants everyone to have a relationship with him. And that's the part that I think they were missing. So I'm sorry to go on a little long here and to be all emotional, but it just needs to be said. It was a good day. You know, it was a great day. I hugged a lot of people in 2 hours. And I know lives were touched. And they know that they're loved. Thanks for listening.